The statistics of cancer in Uganda are appalling. 48,000 patients visit the Uganda Cancer Institute every year. Many of these are in the category with the third commonly reported cancer in the country, breast cancer. The fight against cancer here is relentless, and this is because treatment is highly priced and is not sufficient for all Ugandans. This is why medical doctors frequently push for prevention instead of cure. This involves having regular checkups. And the only way to check for breast cancer is through a process called mammography. This is the use of a mammogram machine that sends X-rays through a breast and is able to detect cancer tumors. Professor Moses Galukande, who has been pursuing work in the breast cancer field for over a decade, says the research he has been conducting on alternative methods of detecting breast cancer by testing a cancer-prone protein in the body are showing positive results.
Now, what it does, it doesn't discriminate. That's where the point is. It protects both the tumor cells and the normal cells. And that's why we believe that treatment becomes hard for people who have a lot of that protein, because it shields the tumor cells from the chemotherapy you're taking, from the radiotherapy you're taking. So the work that we are pursuing now is to see if we took away that shield temporarily, will the tumor be more vulnerable and therefore respond to care and so on. And I think it's going to be a game changer.
Professor Galukande says through the study he has been able to establish 4 types of breast cancer, which is also vital during treatment.
We arrive at those 4 types of breast cancer by testing the surface of the cancer cell. And this surface of the cancer cell has little doors, if we may, that allow in food for the cancer. So now when we test whether those doors are present or not, then we can categorize the cancer. That this cancer has doors we know that through which it feeds, and these other types don't have. Now those that reveal their feeding method, they reveal that they have those little doors, those are easier to treat because they are medicines that blocks the entry of food. So then the tumor kind of dies off in that way. And that food for them is hormones, basically. Now, elsewhere, the majority of women who get breast cancer get the other kind of too. But for women in Uganda, we've discovered that they get the bad types, the 2 bad types.
He also explains how the tests can be done.
You can draw a sample blood, or you can test the tumor cells themselves for its presence. Testing for tumor cells, we have different methods. We call it harvest, where we take away, or you call it a biopsy, where we access the tumor. Either we use the special needles we use, put it in a tumor and suck out some cells, or the actual surgery where you take away the tumor. Yeah, those are some of the methods we use.
There are no recent statistics on the prevalence of breast cancer, but the Kampala Data Registry shows that 3 out of every 100 cancer patients at the Uganda Cancer Institute presented with breast cancer as of 2010. Though men can also suffer from breast cancer, much of their efforts are directed towards women breast cancer.
On average, women who are coming to this facility, we are waiting for 12 months from the time they've noticed a lump or noticed anything unusual in their breast. They wait for 12 months. And 12 months is a long time. The disease would have, multiplied and multiplied. So that's one key thing we have to deal with. How do we get women to notice and come earlier? And maybe one of the problem is breast cancer largely doesn't pain. So if a lump develops and a woman feels it and it doesn't hurt, they may ignore it. They may think it is not important.
The fact that this research is still work in progress, the rollout will be a bit limited to specific areas, especially here in Kampala. Uganda is short of specialists to deal with various cancers, even when our survival rate is low. It is estimated that a cancer patient here has a 40% chance of surviving the non-communicable illness. Professor Galukande says the government should increase its effort towards training and retaining specialists groomed here.
Our economies are not great, but that is a priority we have to keep singing about, that we need to develop our own solutions for our own problems, because some of the problems we have other people don't have. So they are not going to be there thinking about us and generating solutions for us. But of course they can generate those solutions and sell them to us.
For every 100 cases of cancer diagnosed here in Uganda, 80 of them die. And this is not because of lack of access to treatment, but also low access to the Uganda Cancer Institute. Now, for such figures to be reversed, robust and more effective ways of prevention and early detection of cancer are important. And this research could be a breakthrough to the fight against cancer. Walter Mwesije, NTV.